You ever notice how sometimes you'll be scrolling through your phone and you'll see something, some app, some trend, some 22-year-old talking about adulting like it's a personality trait, and you just stop? Not angry, not confused, just tired. Like you're watching the world through glass. And the strange part? You're not even sure when the glass got there. If you were born in the 80s, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because you grew up in a world that doesn't exist anymore. And you're living in a world that was never built for you. See, here's the thing nobody talks about. You are the last generation to remember what the world felt like before. Before everything became a performance. Before every moment needed to be captured, optimized, shared. You remember boredom. Real boredom. The kind where you'd lie on your bedroom floor on a Saturday afternoon and just exist. Stare at the ceiling. Listen to the same CD over and over until the lyrics weren't words anymore. They were feelings. And here's what that did to your brain. It taught you how to sit with yourself, how to let thoughts marinate, how to focus on one thing for hours without needing a dopamine hit every 11 seconds. Your mind learned to go deep, into a book, into a conversation, into a moment, because there was nowhere else to go. But now your brain is being asked to do something it was never designed for. Jump, switch, refresh, react. Your attention has been sliced into 1,000 tiny pieces, and every piece is bleeding out. And you feel it, don't you? That exhaustion that has no name. You were raised to believe in certain things. Loyalty, showing up, putting in the work. You were told that if you did things the right way, if you got the degree, if you stayed at the job, if you were dependable, life would reward you. Stability, security, a home, a future. But that contract? It was ripped up right in front of you. Recession. Gig economy. Debt that doesn't end. Watching people half your age become millionaires for pointing a camera at themselves. And nobody even apologized. You're not bitter. You're grieving. Grieving a world that promised you something and then vanished. Grieving the version of yourself that believed hard work actually meant something. But here's the part you don't want to hear. You've been hiding in that grief. You talk about the old days like they were perfect, but they weren't. You romanticize the past because it's easier than fighting for the present. You say things like, I just don't understand this new world. But the truth is, you're scared of it. Scared that if you actually learned how to move in it, you'd have to admit that maybe, just maybe, you've been standing still. And I get it. I do. You've already adapted so many times. From landlines to smartphones. From letters to emails to Slack messages. From photo albums to Instagram. You've bent so far you don't even know which version of you is real anymore. But here's the thing. Standing still isn't protecting you. It's just making you invisible. And you're not invisible. You're just tired of translating. Because here's what no one tells you. That exhaustion you feel? It's not weakness. It's proof. Proof that you've lived in two completely different worlds and survived both. Your brain rewired itself mid-life, not because you wanted it to, but because you had to. There's a kind of strength in that. A flexibility that doesn't break. Like iron that learned to bend without shattering. You don't need the world to be one way or the other. You can hold both. And that's not confusion. That's wisdom. You are not lost between two worlds. You are the only ones who know that both worlds are real. So maybe it's time to stop apologizing. Stop saying I'm not good with technology or I'm just old-fashioned. Stop shrinking yourself to fit into a world that moves too fast or a past that's already gone. Because the gift you carry, the ability to be present, to think deeply, to build something that isn't just for show, that's not outdated, that's what's missing. The younger generations, they're building selves out of metrics. Likes, followers, engagement. And they're anxious, burned out, lonely. They need someone to show them that life doesn't have to be performed, that you can exist without an audience. That boredom isn't the enemy, it's the birthplace of everything meaningful. And you're the only ones who remember that. So stop waiting for the world to slow down. It won't. Stop waiting for things to go back to normal. They won't. This is normal now. And you can either keep grieving what's gone, or you can start using what you know, because you know how to focus. You know how to be loyal. You know how to show up, even when it's hard. You know what it feels like to build something real. Something that lasts. Something that isn't just for likes. And that matters. God, it matters. You are not too old for the new world, and you are not too young to remember the old one. You are the evidence that presence still exists. So if you're reading this, and you were born in the 80s, I just want you to know, you're not falling behind. You're not irrelevant. You're not stuck. You're just the only ones left who know what it felt like when life wasn't a performance. And maybe it's time to stop performing and start being again. If this hit you somewhere deep, don't keep it to yourself. Send it to someone else who's standing behind the same glass. Someone who feels caught between worlds. Someone who thinks they're the only one. Because they're not. And neither are you. We're still here, holding the memory, carrying the weight. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what the world needs right now.